All right, we are live and we are going to do a little thing here called the Bowman Blitz. So, the Bowman Blitz is basically a mix of Bowman sets put together in a break. Sometimes there's a pattern. We've done them where it covered one box of every Bowman product for a whole year. That was back when that was a little more cost feasible. And then there's other times where we do kind of like a mix of breaks across a timeline. So basically, at the core of this break is 3 consecutive years of Bowman Draft Jumbos: 2019, 2020, 2021. When we do a Bowman Blitz, we want it to be something where a lot of teams can get some huge pulls, regardless of whether they're on the higher end or the lower end of the spectrum. So we added in a few more things. I added a 2022 Bowman Jumbo, and then Bowman's Best from 2020 and 2021. Now, that being said, I'm doing this one a little bit differently. I left my iPad in the car. For this break, all the teams are already posted. So if you know what you want, go get it. But I'm also going to break down team by team what you can get out of it. Although for starters, we did have a personal break that we had already set up in the queue. So we can have a little fun with that as well. Now, all the teams are going to be available right now. This is a drip exclusive for us. So all the teams are going to be available only through the drip app. And I'm just going to share this feed up. Oops. I was supposed to do something else. Share this to the group. Maybe share this to a couple of groups. Why not? So obviously, it's going to be a break that you're looking for those first Bowman Chrome autos. All right. Now, Kyle, how's everything going? While we're waiting for more eyeballs to enter the realm here, are you ready for your National Treasures Racing Rip? So this is the last NT Racing box we got. Oh, there you go. See, football isn't the only thing on. So we're going to open up a box of NT to get things warmed up, get everybody in the mood for some big pulls, and good luck, Kyle. So we got a little beep, beep, vroom, vroom going on here. So thank you. And then after this, right, consider this a pit stop because it's like 8 cards. Plus, there's a sparkle pack in here, so you got that little bonus pack that they throw in on the NT. And then we'll go right into Bowman, and we'll discuss team by team, price by price, what you would be looking out for. So this is the white sparkle, and this is the regular box. So first up, let's see what's in this guy here. Oh, look at that. That's how you want to start things off. Haley Deegan right off the bat. Look at that. That's a pole position card right there. Coming out hot right at number 1. And then the other day you did Victory Lane with us. And you ended up pulling some Chase Elliott. Well, these will go nicely with that. So 2 Chase Elliott Sparkle inserts, an Apex and a Heroes. We haven't even opened the NT yet. So a nice start right from the beginning. All right. This box has been sitting here for quite a while, so it's just been waiting here for you. Let's see how this goes. All killer, no filler, baby. That's right. All right. So we got a holy sheet metal card coming up at the end. That is super cool. What's that, number 2? Yeah, that's pretty low. All right, nothing to it but to do it. Good luck. Again, the Sparkle pack already. Pretty good stuff there. Darryl Waltrip, numbered 5 out of 15. Not too shabby there for a base card. 5 out of 15 for Darryl Waltrip. Numbered 5 out of 25 with a tire relic, Christopher Bell. Christopher Bell. Numbered 3 out of 25, sheet metal relic, Clint Boyer. Again, for those watching us on Facebook or other platforms, we are going to be unveiling the Bowman Blitz break. The teams are already available exclusively on the Drip app. So if you're looking to jump in on that, we're going to be going. Oh, he's currently the leader? Cool. We're going to be going over team by team what you can expect to find out of these boxes. But they are available right off the bat for sale via the Drip app. More Chase Elliott. Definitely chasing Chase right now. 10 out of 10 Fire Suit Relic. 10 out of 10 Fire Suit Relic. So could very well be a little part of the Napa know-how right there. And now we're going to get to some ink. I like it better this way. All right, numbered 7 out of 25. Sheldon Creed, rookie auto. 7 out of 25. Sheldon Creed, rookie auto. Numbered 1 of 2. Bailey Curry. Bailey Curry, 1 out of 2. So what's going on? And as we're raining down the hits, 13 out of 25, Kyle Weatherman. Dude, the guys have been impersonating me since before he was born. I mean, equally as handsome, but not quite as funny, you know. Kyle Weatherman, 13 out of 25. But see, he's from Staten Island. I'm from South Jersey. That's where everybody from Staten Island wants to be because that's where they all end up moving to. Look at this. Weekend Warrior on-card auto, 8 out of 15. Denny Hamlin. Now, unfortunately, what's been happening lately with Denny Hamlin is because he drives the FedEx car, he's ending up showing up like 4 days late to the finish line lately, much like their packages. I don't know. It's like my UPS stuff usually not too bad. Occasionally an issue, not too bad normally. We get a dance costume that's, I don't want to say time sensitive because it's got to be in like a little bit before Thanksgiving, but it's like they're like, oh, we sent that off to Colorado. Okay, it's gonna take a few days to arrive then, won't it? So Denny Hamlin. And 7 out of 25. Popular serial number there. We have Brad Keselowski. Sheet metal card. And this one, definitely cool looking one. Shows a little use. All right. That'd be a cool one if you went like to one of the races and you could get him to sign this one. But that is a badass piece of sheet metal, especially that piece up at the top. Definitely got some color. Definitely got some maybe a little bump into, right? Got some wear and tear on that. So awesome box there, Kyle. I mean, you know, you had a good track there from card 1. Let's face it. So, all right. So, thank you. So we got warmed up here. We're previewing the Bowman Blitz. This is something that we do from time to time here. We got a few niche breaks that we like to do. Bowman Blitz, past, present, future, capture the flag. So this is something that I like spread across several Bowman products. I'm going to show the boxes again. And then at the end of this, we're also going to show some of the collections that we've picked up recently. All right, we're going to show a few pieces. Am I tossing $2 to the Powerball? I don't know. So nobody won it last night, I'm guessing. It was last night was a drawing, right? That's what my mom said. She's likes to get into it for 2 tickets. Yeah, okay, because it was 800 million or something like that. So it's over $1 billion now. That's a record, right? I think it just barely got over 1 billion one time. If it's not a record, it's got to be the second highest jackpot in history. Now, I'll tell you what. You're not going to pull $1 billion card out of this break, but you'll probably have a better chance of return on this one. So we got 2 boxes of 2020, 2021 Bowman's Best. We got 2022 Bowman Jumbo. And then Bowman Draft Jumbos from 2019, 2020, and 2021. All right, these teams can be purchased exclusively through the Drip app. So, yeah, and 497.3 million cash option, right? And people are going to say, well, that's a big hit, right? You should take the annuity payment. No, take the cash payment. Because if you know anything about amortization, right, you will be able to do a lot more with that 500 million in the course of 20 years or 10 years, whatever they pay that out, than you would taking those bigger payments. That's a fool's choice. Cash option, all right? You've already gone so far as buying a lottery ticket, which is generally, for most people, throwing your money away. Just take the cash option and then be smart with it. Don't end up on a reality show, all right? Anyway, back to baseball. So I'm going to go over team by team here. Again, you can purchase these teams at any time. We're doing this a little differently this time. Instead of revealing them one at a time, I'm just like, the hell with it. We're just going to put them all up, right? No need to slow it down, make you have to watch the whole thing if you don't want to. But I recommend you do, because we're going to bring up some good points, and I'll also show off a few things at the end, all right? We get things brought in here all the time, and a lot of the time I gotta be like, sorry, not what I'm looking for. But surprisingly enough, even in little old Manahawkin, New Jersey, we get quite a few cool things coming into the store that y'all might be interested in. So we'll see. Hey, Stuart, what's going on? So let's start this off. I'm not going to be able to see all the Facebook comments necessarily right away, because I got to flip back and forth here. I left my sheets of paper at home. Somebody moved them, and I forgot to bring them to the store. So we're going to start off with the Blue Jays. Blue Jays are $94.99. Now keep in mind, the average team in this break, all right, it's good to actually know what the median is, because if you're pushing lower or under the average, and what kind of players you're chasing after. So Blue Jays come in at $94.99. Now, there's a number that I'm going to associate with every team. It's the number of prospect autos that each team has on their checklist for the 3 Bowman drafts and the Bowman, all 4 jumbo boxes. This number does not include what could come out of best. All right. Most of the value is tied into those 4 boxes. The best is going to help us distribute a few extra hits. All right. So I'm not weighing them in the same spectrum. Blue Jays have 10 prospect autos. Now, they may not necessarily be first Bowman Chromes, but most of them will be for most of these teams. All right. Most of that number that I give you are going to be first Bowman Chromes, but not all of them. All right. You with me so far? So the Blue Jays, the big guy to look out for is Alek Manoah. Not too many, I'm doing A and B prospects only on this when I'm calling out names. All right. Now, some of your other stuff that's possible, this includes insert autos out of those 4 boxes. It also includes the stuff that could come out of Bowman's Best. All right. So the odds are a little bit lower individually for each of these guys, but don't forget that's on a per card basis. Some of these guys may have like 3, 4, 5 different insert auto subjects amongst those boxes, or even more. So your other guys to look out for include Austin Martin, Vlad Jr., Nate Pearson, and Bo Bichette does have rookies in Bowman's best. He just doesn't have rookie autos. But still, you figure for a 94-99 team, even not counting what you get out of the Bowman draft and the Bowman Jumbo, you get a color Bo Bichette auto. That's a step in the right direction, right? Or a color Bo Bichette parallel, I mean. So 94.99 for the Blue Jays. Rangers are 99.99. Guys to look out for there include Justin Foscue, Aaron Zavala, and then your biggest prospect would probably be Josh Young. All right. You also have guys like Luis Angel Acuna and Maximo Acosta to look out for. In total, there's 12. Again, I'm just counting the prospect autos from the main 4 jumbo boxes. There's 12 guys on the checklist. So keep those numbers in mind. Blue Jays have 10. Rangers have 12. The average is probably about 14 or 15. Okay, so that's your average number. So that'll give you an idea of quantity, not necessarily quality, but quantity. Wow, Devils win 7-1. Whew. This year with a goal. Very cool. I got red zone on in here. Looks like we got a overtime game that could be a tie, but a 41-yard field goal attempt is not too far away to expect. So you got the Rays next at $189.99. Again, these teams can be purchased right now through the Drip app. $189.99 for the Rays. Probably your 2 biggest prospects are going to be Greg Jones and Carson Williams. They do have a total of 16 prospect auto offerings. All right. Again, that doesn't include insert autos. That doesn't include Bowman's best. But you also got some guys to look out for in Wander Franco, Vidal Brujan, Carlos Colmenares, Brent Honeywell Jr., and Brendan McKay. So as far as your first Bowman Chromes, right, it's not the biggest checklist, but you got a lot of guys to look out for. And then on top of that, you have some big names in those, we'll call them secondary autos, right? Cardinals, $119.99. 12 is the number for the Cardinals. You got Mike McGreevy, first rounder pitcher. All right, so he's probably a hold candidate. And then you have Jordan Walker. So that's a big one there. All right. Other autos that are possibilities include Nolan Gorman, Dylan Carlson, Paul Goldschmidt, and Nolan Arenado. So they're definitely an under the median team, but there's some guys to be snagged for St. Louis. Next team we'll go for is the Mariners. So right now in all baseball products that have come out within the last, month or two, the hottest thing going. All right. Mariners definitely have some opportunities in this break. They're definitely an above the median team, but not as crazy as in some other breaks. There's 13 autographs subjects to look out for. George Kirby, Emerson Hancock, a couple pitchers, and then Harry Ford, a first-round catcher out of 2021 draft. You do also have Noelvi Marte, Kyle Raleigh, Jared Kelnick, and, of course, Julio Rodriguez, all with possibilities as well. Giants, 174.99. 16 guys to look out for. So they don't have that one eye-popping A guy, but there's a lot of variety to chase after with the Giants, including Hunter Bishop, Patrick Bailey, and Will Bednar. You also have Joey Bart, Heliot Ramos, and Marco Luciano floating in there. So again, there's quantity. There's not A-list quality, but there's a lot of solid like B guys to chase after for the Giants. And you have some good names coming out in things like the Bowman's Best and all that. Padres, 224.99. And this is what's tough. There's a lot of good names to chase after. There's some definite A guys, but they traded all of them. So they're actually coming in probably a little bit lower than they should, but that's because this is designed as a pick your team break. You know, when I price breaks, I'm just like with any card, I'm kind of looking at a range. And I figure since all those guys aren't on the team anymore, some national fan, you know, is probably going to be looking at them harder than a Padres fan, to be honest. But definitely some big names. Again, you've got a total of 13 on the prospect autos. And the top three is C.J. Abrams, Robert Hassel, and James Wood. You know, A-list quality guys. You also have Tatis and Bowman's Best to chase after. Again, maybe not the most popular player right now. So in a hype-driven market, we're kind of looking at the lower end. But I think at 225, that's really a good buy. Pirates, 199.99. There's 16 on their list, including two really strong guys. Henry Davis, a first overall pick, right? And Nick Gonzalez, a top 10 guy. You also have a couple guys that are kind of overlooked. Jack Sawinski, I think he had double-digit home runs. He's actually a rookie in update. And Carmen Mlodzinski, who's another pitching prospect. You know, I don't think they do the best at bringing out the best in them, but I do think they have a good eye for talent. Look at all the pitchers who have gone through the Pirates organization, who have gone to other teams and done great things. All right. You also have guys like Cabrian Hazen, Leover Peguero to look out for. Let me see. I got to bump that over. Phillies. So Phillies only have 9. Andrew Painter, who's probably going to be a little under the radar, strong pitching prospect for the Phillies. And Bryson Stott, who's already got accumulated major league service time. And then on the side, you got Alec Bohm to look out for too. So Phillies only $89.99. Again, one of the smaller checklists. You got a very strong prospect in Bryson Stott. You have a strong pitcher in Painter. Not a bad one to go after, but definitely not one of the higher possibility of returns either. So, again, you know, the way I look at it, all 30 teams are out right now. You know, we're looking to appropriately price everything. There's a big weight in this break. All right, and we're going to leave this one as a drip exclusive for a while. So if you are interested in getting in this break, it depends. If the plan is to hopefully drip will help us out and maybe put a little promotion behind this, So we're going to leave this one on drip. I'm not posting this one on Facebook today. I'm not posting this one on Facebook tomorrow. The goal is I want to be able to break this next weekend. All right. That's the goal. Even if we're half filled. If we're half filled, might still break this next weekend. All right. I am trying to, for the first time, to push a big break and push it hard on drip. Let's see what kind of pushback we get. Another team that's 89.99 is the A's. Only 7 guys to look for in the prospect autos. That's the lowest of any team, tied with Houston. It's funny, both World Series teams don't have a lot. But usually you don't have big minor league systems if you got all that you need at the big club too. Tyler Soderstrom and Max Muncy, your names to look out for. Again, both very good prospects, both offensive position player types. Pineda and Passan also got some things on the side there. The Yankees, 159.99. Yankees an interesting team. You only have 10 to look for. Usually in the beginning, Yankee prospects come out, I don't want to say overvalued, but they come out at high values because if you become a Yankee star, like that's why Dominguez, a lot of tools, not proven at all, came out super high in the beginning. Then he batted like an 18-year-old should bat in the minors, and people were surprised. He stopped batting 400. He's not throwing out, people at home plate on a dime. It's like it takes time, man. These kids come in, they're signed at 16 and 17 years old out of Dominican. You got to wait a few years. You don't get your money back right away, right? But you got Oswaldo Cabrera and Trey Sweeney. Some other guys to chase after it would include Judge, Dominguez, Volpe, and the other Oswaldo, Peraza. All right. For $159.99, you definitely have some return possibilities there. How about that other New York team at $99.99? Let's go Mets. What do we got there? The checklist count is 10. Pete Crow Armstrong, who's not with the team anymore. And Brett Beatty, who did make his major league debut this year. So we'll most likely see him in Series 1. Get him now before people start speculating and going nuts over him. Alonso, also has some autos out there. Twins, $109.99. 13 to chase after, including Chase Petty and Brian Acuna. Austin Martin and Alex Kirilloff. Also a couple names you might end up seeing. Brewers, $184.99. This is a very interesting team because they have a lot of minor league talent. 14 is their magic number. All right, so that's right around the average. And you got guys like Garrett Mitchell and Sal Frelick to chase. And then Yelich, Caro, Herbert Perez, among some other names. But, they have, I'm only talking A and B level guys right now. They have a lot of C pluses. That 14 number for the Brewers is very important because they have a lot of above average talent and only priced slightly above the average team for this break. All right. Some guys to hold on to, but some guys probably worth holding on to. All right. Marlins, 174.99. Excuse me. Marlins, Khalil Watson, Max Meyer, who's actually another one to hold on to because he did end up needing Tommy John surgery. And we know nowadays that's not a career ender or often even a major factor in their career. It just means they're probably going to need one again in like 7 to 10 years, right? You also have Joe Mack and JJ Bleday. So 15 names in total to be looking out for on the prospect autos and 4 very solid ones. You also have Jazz Chisholm and Yee Cappy, among other things to be looking out for. So 174.99. Next, we'll look at the Dodgers at 89.99, and they have ten names to look after. Maddox Bruns is a very talented pitching prospect to keep an eye out on. There's not too many names. Michael Busch and Cody Oesi maybe shouldn't even make the list of mentions, but they're kind of borderline, I guess, B- prospects in my book. You also have Luis Rodriguez, Dustin May, and Gavin Lux to chase after. So, again, definitely coming in well under the median. One of the cheaper teams in this break. So, you're going to have some guys that you might need to hold on to. But that's what prospecting is about sometimes. You got to know when to hold them and when to fold them. Angels, 119.99. 16 names. So not a lot of eye-popping names, but again, quantity. All right. That many names. There's a lot of guys who don't get considered quality in the beginning, and then they earn their way through. All right. Think of guys like Noah Syndergaard, right? I know he's kind of towards the back end of his career. He was a throw-in a trade. All right. Nobody was paying attention to him. People weren't paying attention to DeGrom. People, Max Scherzer was a guy who was traded multiple times. I know I'm naming Mets pitchers. It's just easier for me. Angels, 119.99. Will Wilson, probably the most notable name on the prospect list. But don't forget, Bowman's Best is not a bad one to be searching for guys like Trout and Ohtani. All right. Even good parallels out of those sets. And then maybe think about grading them. It's not a hard break, really, for any team to get back what you've put into it, right? Joe Adell, rookie's also in there. Royals, 109.99. 12 names to look out for. Oh, wait, hold on. Looking at the wrong number. 15 names, sorry. 15 names to look out for. Asa Lacy would be the top one. Very, very good pitching prospect. And then you also got Bobby Witt Jr. on a bunch of insert autos. And another team where you've got quantity and some talent that could develop. Astros. I think this is the cheapest team in the break. Now, don't forget, they got their number one draft pick taken away one of these years. So that didn't help them. Astros and I think the Nationals just didn't have anything in Bowman draft one of those years. So there are a couple teams that are victim to the way the checklists go in these. So the Astros really only have 7 prospects to look after. And I gotta admit, not really anything major worth naming. Now you do have Seth Beer, Jordan Alvarez, including rookies, and Pedro Leon to look out for. So the way we organize these Bowman blitzes, even the weaker teams are going to have something to look out for. A Jordan rookie auto, color like blue maybe, it should make you happy. I think even a blue optic auto, which obviously wouldn't be in this type of break, but would be a good result for the Astros. So Bowman best definitely would be nice. Tigers. Now, this is definitely a team that's got some guys to look out for. So while they only have 12 on the list, Jackson Jobe, very strong pitching prospect, top 10 pick in 2021. 2019 and 2020 bring you Riley Green and Spencer Torkelson. Matt Manning also on the list, but you got some major heat coming out if you pull one of those guys sign. You pull some nice parallels. So $274.99 for the Tigers. Checking my Facebook comments. Nope, no comments. Rockies, $94.99. $14 prospect autos. Zach Veen and Benny Montgomery, your 2 big names. $94.99. Not bad. Guardians, also $94.99. 13 is their number. So, again, they're a little bit more of a quantity team than a quality team. But George Valera, seen as one of the top guys to pull out of 2022 Bowman. So that boosts them up a little bit. And you got Andres Jimenez, who turned into an all-star this year. So I think a guy who's kind of overlooked with a wait-and-see attitude by many. He's a guy that when he was with the Mets, well, let's put it this way. I thought he would be the one to win the job over Ahmed Rosario, and that's what ended up happening. I saw him as somebody who I thought could be a little bit more consistent. Then he had a down year, and the Mets gave up on him in exchange for Francisco Lindor. So, I mean, I don't blame them. I don't think Jimenez is going to be Lindor, but I think he's going to be decent. And Cleveland was a decent team this year. So, Reds. All right, this is a big one. $399.99. I remember when we did those Bowman, the Bowman experiments. Reds were the big team in 2022. They're a big team overall here. You got what? We had 2 Ellie De La Cruz Mojo autos come out in the same break. Obviously, no mega boxes in here. We're going straight to the hard stuff with Jumbo. But the Reds overall are the biggest team in quantity and quality. No doubt. Takes many years of being a crappy team to build up the prospects like this, man. 19. So that's the biggest number on the list. No team makes it to 20 on this list. 19 prospect autos to chase after. The three names that I'm going to go over first: Nick Lodolo, Jay Allen, and Matthew Nelson. They're three decent names for any team on this list, and yet they're not the biggest. You have Austin Hendrick, Matt McLean, and Ellie De La Cruz as your A candidate guys. All right. The other guys maybe arguably could be like A minus, B plus guys. So I mean, you got some teams with only 7 prospects in total. Granted, they're the least amount. 7's the low number. And you have a team here with 6 guys worth mentioning, and 19 in total. All right. And on top of that, you still got Jonathan India and Tyler Stevenson to look out for too. So you will need to hit big to make a good recoup on this one. But I mean, we pulled the McLean auto. Technically, we didn't pull it. I sold the box that had a McLean red in it, and that was when the guy pulled it well over a 5K card raw. All right. I don't know what his market's looking like, if it's stronger or weaker. I didn't really break down his stats recently, but that's definitely that would be a good return, right? We've got a bunch of boxes with good reds in them, so they have a good chance at a big return. So $399.99 for the Reds. Cubbies. Interesting team, Cubbies. You have 14 names to look after, including Jordan Wicks, James Triantos, and Ed Howard. You also have Christian Hernandez, Nick Madrigal, and Nico Horner as some prospects there. Well, I guess Nico Horner is a little bit beyond prospect at this point, but you know what I mean. His rookie cards from 2020 Bowman's best. $134.99 for the Cubs. Nationals are $69.99. What you're looking for from the Nats, there's 9 guys to look after. Cade Cavalli is your big one. Now, Brady House's first Bowman's, there's no autos. So you're hoping for like chrome parallels out of him. And Juan Soto, nice farewell to Juan Soto. Pick up some more Nationals autos. We've been on a bit of a streak. We've had a couple in our last few breaks. So maybe we got the trifecta. The Griffies came in 3s. So maybe the Sotos will come in 3s too. We've had Acuna come in 3s. They like to come in 3s. So I think we got one more Soto left in us. Maybe this breaks it. And at one of the cheaper teams, why not? White Sox, $224.99. 11 names in total. You're looking at Andrew Vaughn, Colson Montgomery, Oscar Colas, and Lennon Sosa was able to earn a trip up to the majors last year, so we're going to put him on the list too. Although emphasis on the first 3 names. Red Sox, $224.99 as well. 12 names to chase after, including Marcelo Meyer, Nick York, and Brian Bello. And on the side here, you got Blaze Jordan, Tristan Casas, Bobby Dalbec, and Jarren Duran. So Red Sox flex a little muscle in this break. All right, the other big team, probably a no-brainer here besides the Reds, is their American League equivalent. And some of these names already kind of turning this team around this season. And more to come. right? So the Orioles are $399.99 as well. Orioles got 13 names to look after. Again, you got some pretty strong ones. All right. Jordan Westberg. Then let's really step it up a notch. Colton Cowser. All right. Heston Scherstad, Gunnar Henderson, and Adley Rutschman. And Ryan Mountcastle's in that mix too. Braves, $159.99. 10 names to look after. They're kind of one of those teams where there's some value there. They're very strong in the pitching aspect. All right. So Spencer Strider made big strides this year. You also have Bryce Elder. You got Schuster and Shoemake. Sounds like it should be an attorney office, right? Schuster and Shoemake. And Shea Langoliers, who I believe he was in the Matt Olson trade, if I'm not mistaken. So no longer a Brave, but, a team that's very good at Moneyball and scouting, he may end up developing into something. I've got a feeling. Ronald Acuna could also pop up, so that helps them out. And the final team is the Diamondbacks at $179.99. Again, we know they have a pretty strong system. 17 names to look after, right? A lot of B+, A- type guys, a lot of C+ type guys too. So again, on my scale, a C is an average prospect. May see major league time. Probably not going to be an all-star. Once you get to C+, maybe they'll be an all-star once, right? Your B prospects are guys who are going to be your starters, right? May get some mentions on MLB Network, right? And then your A-list guys are going to be your star guys, right? Guys that A-pluses are like face of the franchise, right? A guys are guys that are going to be, promoted pretty heavily within the team. Diamondbacks, $179.99. You have Adrian Del Castillo, Jordan Lawler, and Corbin Carroll as your main guys. So that's your main list. And think about it. And I'm going to show off a couple pieces here that we've got into the shop recently. And then we'll be done. My plan was for this to go an hour. We're at the 53-minute mark, so we're kind of heading in. I wanted to show this off in case we've got any interested buyers. So this is a 1972 top set. We've already got some interest on this because anytime I know somebody's interested in vintage, I try to show this thing off. But gonna flip a few pages here. All right. So we've got a lot of these leaders. See if we can't get one of these big names to show up here. Where's a big name like a Hank Aaron or a Willie Mays or something like that? Got Willie McCovey. All right, this is a set that's tough to find well centered. And we got a few stars in this that are decently centered. So a lot of the inaction cards are pretty badly centered. But like that Clemente looks pretty good. All right, a little off left to right. But I mean, we've seen some of the things PSA gives high grades to. The inaction card is a little bit tougher, though, and that's what I've seen in this set. You know, like the Hank Aaron's pretty decent, if I can find him. We got these boyhood photos of stars, right? We've seen those come up in like heritage boxes and stuff like that. So there's Tom Seaver there. Carlton Fisk's rookie is in this set. And all the way up through the high numbers. Oh, Hall of Famer Rod Carew. That one's a little tough left to right. Left to right or like the name resting on the bottom seems to be the trend with these. Got Steve Carlton traded, right? The famous traded cars. Look at that, Frank Robinson there. So a fun little set, 72 tops. And then we'll have a little fun with this one. Again, I'm only going to be on here a few more minutes, so we're not going to go too crazy. But, you know, we do still pay homage to our roots. We do carry music and movies, and there's a lot of both in here. So we got, like, DVDs and box sets. So Pearl Jam Live at the Garden, 3D DVD, Amazing Journey, Story of the Who. There was a lot of cool like CDs, like Rhino Record stuff. All right. Avril Lavigne. What else we got here? Pink Floyd, The Wall. This is actually kind of a common one, but Live at Wembley Stadium. Greatest Video Hits 1 is also somewhere in here. Rush, 30th Anniversary World Tour. Got Pulse on DVD. So, Duran, Greatest. So, there's a bunch of stuff that we have sitting back here. And then we do have a baseball break that's, we posted late last night. That's on its way to getting filled up. It's on Facebook. If anybody watching on Drip is interested, I'm going to go real quick over the teams, and then we're going to be done for this part. But we're going to leave the teams for the Bowman Blitz up here on Drip for a little while and see what starts selling off of there. All right? So the other break that we have up for baseball right now, 2 Topps Update boxes, 2 Panini 3 and 2 boxes, and a box of Bowman Sterling. So it's a little bit of a new release sampler, stuff that all came in last week. And I'm going to copy and paste this onto Facebook. And then I'll read off what teams are still available. All right. So remaining teams. Diamondbacks are 25. Red Sox 50. White Sox 35. Nationals 20. Rockies 15. Tigers 95. Royals 95. Angels 80. Dodgers 35. Marlins 40. Brewers 28. Twins 28. Mets 30. A's 30. Pirates 70. Padres are 55. The Giants are 45. The Rays are 110, so that's the only team over 100. And the Rangers are 40. So again, anybody interested in that break and you're watching on Drip right now, you got like 60 seconds to be like, oh, I would like that team, and I'll put it up here, and you can purchase it through Drip. So that's a right now Facebook exclusive, right? But we'll let you in on it too. But the Bowman Blitz, all right, we've loaded all 30 teams up on here. First come, first serve via the Drip app. All right, so don't miss out on the big team that you want. And that's what I got. So last call. Anybody got anything for me right now? Otherwise, I'm going home having dinner. Sounds like a good idea, right? Been on here for an hour. So any questions, feel free to contact me, right? Contact me. You can message me through Messenger. I don't know what you can do on Drip, but if something is available on Drip to message me, I'm sure some notification will pop up. And I'll be happy to repeat some of the details I gave out, or, maybe you have a more specific question. And that's what I got for right now. So thanks for listening, and we'll rip you a new one soon. Take care.